welcome to Let's Talk. And tonight we do our review show. Uh, we're all here. It's just a lot of stuff going on. I'm in the process of doing something, so we're here. Don't worry about it, you guys. So we're just gonna have just the flyer up there. But all three of us here, and tonight we are going to go over The Shy, episode 13 of season 6, Legacy. What's up, y'all?
Hey,
What's going on?
Uh, same old, long day, man. I had a eventful day at work. It started off. I had intended for it to start off great, and then I got thrown for a wrench as soon as I got to work. And it's been a long day, and I'm kind of tired, which is crazy because last week fatigue had got the best of me. But other than that, I'm feeling good. How was y'all day?
The day was good. I rest from a very busy day yesterday, and man, I'm loving my teeth right now because I went to the dentist today and got a cleaning. So I wanted to show off my teeth on camera
you
tonight.
You can
can
always
get
make a
on
guest
camera.
appearance.
No,
I
no,
mean,
that's fine. That's we're a team. We are a team.
so how was
Y'all
your
know
day,
I'm
Kiki?
never on camera. It was long. I woke up, my sinuses wasn't right, but I'm here.
So, as we know, the Shy rolled into episode 13. Uh, not a new character, yeah, a couple new characters, couple old characters. What's y'all thoughts on the episode? Who wants to lead us in this prestigious review we're going to do today?
Ladies first.
I knew you was gonna say that. I didn't hate it. It recovered from the last one. Y'all ain't gonna agree. I thought Lala was pointless. I like Emmett's brother. I haven't heard this theory, but I'm thinking Damien. I just got the name from you guys. Is gonna be the one to take Duda down. He's
Mm.
young. He's good with the numbers. Um, and he could take him down where he goes to jail. And I liked how he was trying to stand up for his brother. Um, the Candy and the Dom's cousin. I don't know. Candy's pointless to me, but I guess some people like her. Um, all that attitude from Dom's cousin. I, I don't know. It didn't feel necessary. Dom is not necessary to me either, but her getting with the girl brother, I think that's a better fit for her. Um, what else? Leon getting killed. That was very shocking to me because who only has Leon for 3 episodes? Like I thought that was a waste of a good talent, waste of talent. And
So,
I also didn't think that's something that Duda would do. We're kind of making Duda like a dumb gangster. I never found Duda to be a dumb gangster. Duda knows the heat is on him. He knows that they probably want Vic to tell on him. So why would he kill Victor's lawyer?
Mm.
Doesn't really make, you know, that doesn't really make sense to me into who we think he is as a person. I think he's smarter than that. Um, but overall, it was a decent episode
Mm.
to me.
I'll take it away. I liked the episode. I thought the episode was good. I thought it added a little bit of extra spice. I didn't particularly like Dom's cousin because now you're bringing a new character, a new love interest. Um, you're speaking to you. It's like sometimes with these writers, and not just with the Shy, with a lot of shows, that they try to be inclusive with too much. She's not only targeting the deaf community, but I think she's going overboard with the LGBT community. It's like, what are we going here? Like, Rosalind's character in the show, she liked it Tracy. She liked it women, not she didn't like masculine looking women. So now we're going there. It's just at a certain point it's like too much. But I really like the episode. I
Oh,
think
one
the
more
Leon
thing. I forgot. I didn't. The brat. What was that about? Go ahead.
I
I'm
was highly
sorry.
disappointed in the brat. I always thought the brat was a beautiful woman, young lady. The brat looked at huge. Well, we know she had a baby, but she looked at huge with her clothes. Her clothes looking outdated, looked like when we was wearing big baggy jeans in the early 2000s, a big coat. I'm upset that they killed Leon off. I thought that was kind of corny because Leon is a very talented actor, and I thought it would bring intrigue. And plus, because Rob was just at the mental health meeting with the fellas, talking about, yeah, I'm thinking about, rekindling a relationship with my dad. And for them to kill him off, it's automatically going to bring suspicion to Duda, number one, because that's the case that he came back in town to work on. I don't even know if the kid Zay was told by Duda to do that. He might have just did it because Duda might have mentioned it to him, and they left that out, that conversation. I think the Dom and what you call it, having this interesting conversation. I think that adds another twist. My whole thing is that don't start these extra storylines, and then, for example, we didn't see Dom damn near for the whole season until now. We in episode 13, and we didn't see how much last year. So now what are we gonna do? We gonna write her back into the story? Same goes for Tracy. Where's Tracy at? You even the scene with the brat with Nina was a throwaway scene. It had nothing to do with the episode. That was the only scene you showed Nina. Just her ringing the door. What did that have to do with the episode? So, but overall, I really liked it, and I thought it was a good episode.
Okay, it's on me.
Yes, sir.
Decent episode. I'm gonna make a few points of things I don't like. Okay, Lene is useless. Let's stop showing her. Like, she's useless. Like, her scenes add nothing to it. Okay. I like Damon. I think Damon's gonna be a good character. You know, the thing with Duda. Duda being in his feelings over his birthday and basically shunning old girl. Get over that transitional stuff. That's not Duda. Duda's a ladies' man. He gonna know how to handle that a little bit differently than they portraying him handle it. Right? Bakari. This professor makes this great gesture to you, gives you a laptop. You know Duda and them ain't happy about you writing a book. You're gonna have a laptop sitting in a car at Duda's celebration, enough for him to take the laptop and smash it. And then you looking so distraught, like they setting up for you to do something to Duda. You should have never even had the laptop in that environment, which you know what was going on. Again, I don't like the road they going down with Papa and this preacher, and now Papa gonna be charging a monthly fee for Papa's pulpit. Is anybody even listening to Papa's pulpit like that? Him to make money off it? All of a sudden, this is like some smash hit podcast. You know, it seemed like nobody was listening to him for a little while ago. Lala coming back. I just hope the little lady is healthy, because she don't look that healthy. I know she's going through some weight loss, and she had like a holistic journey where she had her whole body checked for different things. She just didn't look like Lala to me. So I hope everything is okay on that end. Candy coming in there, the Smokies, and saying you got to fix this place up. And Emmett talking about, I don't want no more of y'all money, that come with trouble. But you're going to take money from Lady Eloise, a.k.a. Alicia, who once again did what she did to Shad. I hated that scene when Leon came in and it was like nice jacket. And it was blatantly disrespectful to him. but they like don't like it like this. And she said to him, "If you're gonna be my B word, like that whole scene." Again, I just don't like what they do to men on this episode. Um, Gemma's scene with Jake in the bedroom. Please stop. These is 18-year-olds. When we was 18, never mind. I won't even go down there. But it's not going to be as serious for 18-year-olds. Like they try to make Gemma too grown. All of a sudden now, Maisha is a professional photographer taking family portraits of people. Telling them when it was going to be ready. I thought she was a rapper. And my biggest issue is when did Keisha become cool with Fatima to be telling Fatima all her issues in her life? When did her and Fatima build that relationship?
Last in the beginning, I do remember them building a relationship.
Really?
Uh-huh. It was like the painting or something. Remember when Emmett bought her that painting?
Mm.
It wasn't a lot of episodes. It was like one, or when they had the housewarming or something. I do remember that. And I'm glad you brought the Papa in the church thing up. Because we had that discussion offline.
Mm.
I think they're going overboard with the prosperity. I think Lena or somebody that's writing has an issue with the church, and I think that I may be coming from a bit different perspective because that's not my denomination,
Mm.
but I just think it's too much. Where now you got the preacher, so he basically was helping Duda funnel money through his church. Like that pivot or coming sideways was just a little unnecessary. Because obviously Duda's money and he's getting money from somewhere else. Like, I just think it's just too much going on with that.
So this is what I think about it. I feel like me and Dwayne said, Papa would have more discernment about the money, and we got to think about who Papa is and who Papa's always been. And he's always been that person. Now he smoked a little weed or whatever, but he's always been like the good Christian boy. It was certain boundaries that he didn't step outside of because that's how his father raised him to be. So I don't feel like this is something that he would be naive in. He would be more naive if with something else, not the prosperity part of the church.
Let me ask you: Do you think because Dwayne said this to me, do you think Papa is growing as an actor with this role?
No, I think he's going backwards.
Mm.
Because this is not who Papa would, even without his father, even with his father passing away. I don't feel like this is who Papa would be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as the crooked church and the politicians in the black community, it very much so is true, right? Some of the bigger churches, or you get in the office, before you in office, you talk about your pastor or your preacher and where you go to church, and then you're throwing them away, i.e. Obama. It is some money exchange and some money going back and forth. What I didn't like about the scene, now this guy is a street person. Papa's father just grew up in Chicago. So I know street stuff, but I wasn't initiated in street stuff. He wouldn't have been talking to Duda like that, or he'd have been strapped. Like, it doesn't make sense. Now, how Papa father was coming at him, that makes sense. Because I'm not street, but I've seen things happen in
defend my
street.
honor. Yeah, I'm gonna defend my honor.
But
then he burnt him with the cigar. Like, come on.
Nah, a former street person, and he tried to make it like he was getting it. Dude, I done punked the fuck out of it. Like, that's just not true. Even for someone who turning their life around to God.
Yeah, in the back of their mind, they're gonna go into their element.
Yeah,
They're gonna
that's just not
defend
true.
themselves.
It's it'd be more so. Listen, don't push me because you don't want to go there type of
Yeah,
situation.
and,
Um,
and and if he knew who he was dealing, like you said, he's gonna, even if he had some type of respect or fear from Duda, he wouldn't have been saying what he was saying. Like, yo, you gotta double up the money.
yeah,
He would have figured out a way to negotiate the money, negotiate more money.
right. And street people, whether we want to believe it or not, they do sometimes be respectful to one another because nobody really be wanting to get into it. These
Hmm.
ain't the kids. The kids, like he ain't no King Vaughn. King Vaughn is ready for whatever. But older, middle aged, distinguished, you trying to talk in the way that everybody make it home.
You trying to get some, you trying to get some money and be around for a while.
Yeah. So I didn't really, you know, I wasn't really a
The
fan.
one scene Dwayne brought up, right? I understand that they've made Rashad and her have a love interest, but I just, Lynn Whitfield, beautiful, seasoned woman, to look at her and him that way, it's kind of like crazy. And like the way she played him, and then he grabbed her by the neck, and she's like, oh, you like it rough, huh? Like, where we going here? Like, where we go? Even her attract, like she basically, she did. She pushed up on her ex-husband right in front of Rashad. She played you.
Right.
And first of all, she played you with the jacket. Like the first thing you could have did when you got some bread was got rid of that jacket and got you a new jacket. Then the scene,
Well,
like
first
the
of all,
whole
that
scene was
jacket looked
crazy.
like it's from the '90s, early
And it's
2000s.
funny because last week we knew y'all when she told him to try that jacket on that eventually Leon was gonna see him with the jacket. And then he said, "Nice jacket."
Dang. Um, I also think they're missing what could be really good scenes. Um, how y'all just disassociated Jake and Duda? Like with the history that they have, would Duda just be dropping the money off for Jake to find it, or would there be a conversation that was had? With
Well,
Jake now getting off and doing his own business, let's remember, Duda was a great businessman. He had the pizzeria
and
when the
and and,
kids
and,
stuff
and
worked
Wayne,
there.
I'm glad you brought that up. Jake is the only one in the whole show as a male that has talked slick to Duda and Duda never snatched him up.
Because Duda, now I want to say respect him.
I think Duda is
Duda,
Jake's father.
right, but Duda would not really do anything like that to Jake because he loved Jake, yo.
Yeah,
That's the only male on this show that he got
yeah,
an affinity
yeah,
for.
I mean, I
yeah.
do believe he snatched up Jake one time, but it wasn't nothing as disrespectful as Jake
But
could
listen,
get.
our fathers have snatched us up. And when he snapped Jake up, Jake was like, go ahead and hit me. Hit me. You know what I mean? That was more him being like a father figure to Jake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I agree with that.
are we missing something with that? Like, you know, is that something they should talk about? Is that boy's father? You
And
know,
which
Well,
is
we
possible.
I think
Which is
that Jake,
possible.
and it's funny. It's funny. Last week, Dwayne said to me after he saw the show, he said, "This is the show that you're gonna like because of Jake." Well, 2 weeks ago,
mm,
and I really see the growth in his acting. Opposite to, I don't see the growth in Papa's acting. I think that Jake's character has grown. I think that he he just. I don't want to say anything
I
crazy.
I don't
He comes
think
off as
it's
a real young man.
I
Like,
don't think that it's not growth in Papa's acting. I think the writing for Papa is really bad.
Mm, mm.
He doesn't have no meat.
Right.
You
But
know, he's been doing Papa's pulpit since middle school.
right.
You know, where's the meat of it? Now, if they go back to like some scenes with him and his mother or something like that, right while she's feeling away, or maybe it's some meat there, but it's no meat to Papa.
Like even right
Hmm.
now, Keisha. Yeah, she went away because she had some issues, and Trig basically scared her away. Her other son just got locked up for a murder. He's in the politics. They should show a scene where she coming back to make sure he good. Like
Uh,
they opened up that door and then they shut it
I
quickly.
really didn't want to. I really didn't want to bring this up, but there was another scene that bothered me, and I
Oh
love it.
boy.
I love everybody. I do. But Fatima going back to her people, like, come on. You made the decision. Jake ain't kick your ass out. You decided for the
I'm
space.
glad she's gone. Like, she was so whiny. She was not, the other girl was a better fit for
Mm,
him and the lifestyle he's coming from. Um, you know, I didn't like it. I feel like if he's, and they're not going to do this because of their agenda, but if he's just loves, I got quotation marks, women, people who look like women, so he's
Pussy.
not
Pussy is
like,
okay.
no, listen, because he said he could still look, and he was in a place where he was looking at straight up women. So if you still like women, the better fit for Trig is Tracy. That's where the chemistry is.
Hmm.
And then that gives a storyline. Like, is this something that Tracy will want to deal with? Because no matter how they try to shove it down our throat, some women, born women, would have difficulties dealing with a man that like transgenders or be with transgender. If we're gonna tell a story, tell a whole story.
Hmm.
And I find that's where I find the problem with the agenda or some of the writers, because like when he was in that club with his girlfriend when they first came on the show, and he was minding that his business, and that man went off because he didn't want to be bothered with him. They flipped that like it was something negative that Trig was doing. No, it wasn't. And if sexuality is so is so widespread, maybe he just does like this particular transgender. Maybe he's not into the, because they don't have any of these people a part of the real LGBTQ. Even Nina, she was not a part of it.
Yeah.
So what? So I don't understand where we're going with this.
mm.
It's always someone like even Candy.
Come on.
Is Candy in it, or is she just curious? Like, what's going on?
Talk about it.
So that's the part of the agenda that I don't like.
Hmm. It went too far, and it's even reek shots of the cheesy lines, shots at men. Like it's so unnecessary. It's so
Right.
unnecessary to what we know as the shy. The shy has always, to me, represented a subculture community in Chicago, and I'll say it. We have one scene since we've been watching this show where we actually seen people stepping. Other than that, we never seen. We, I've never had. They've never had a scene where they was playing house music.
Mm.
That's not. That's from my understanding of Chicago. That's not Chicago. Like, where's the culture to the show? You only thing you doing is portraying a ex mayor is now a gangster, but he's a half gangster. He's a businessman. He putting He's giving people jobs. He's basically flooding the community with
And
money.
we're not even being real with that because them kids would take Duda out.
It's
Them kids is
basically being
losing
set
their
up
mind in Chicago.
it's basically setting up that Jabari is going to be the one. Jabari, whatever his name is,
Bakari.
Bakari.
thinking about power, but Bakari is going to be the one because you can see the anger that he goes through.
Well, yeah, he was sitting in the car after his laptop got broke, and his chest was puffing. You could see his chest puffing, and you could see his face. But first of all, you had this boy writing, then you had this boy on the typewriter, then you have this professor who's building a good relationship, gift him with a laptop, only for the laptop to get destroyed. Like, why are we doing this? Like, and
Yeah, I don't even know why the laptop was there. That
I
you
mean,
know,
even if he,
th-
it's quote unquote, you know, when you going can you give me an advance of my allowance? Like allowance? I
and
mean,
these kids ain't operating like that. They're scam you somewhere else, all over the internet. These kids ain't coming like how they trying to play Bakari,
yeah.
and I think that bothers me.
Mhm.
Hey, Bakari was driving around in a G rod and had fresh clothes before he got money. Now he begging for an advancement for an allowance to get a computer.
Yeah, and why
So
haven't
why he working for Duda?
right? And why haven't we seen Zay and Alicia connect back up? Y'all don't even think about that. She was trying to use him as a double agent.
And here's my thing: would he kill her ex-husband or husband, and he know how Alicia coming?
Mhm.
I think he would have told Alicia.
Yeah,
Right,
that didn't
but
that didn't make that didn't make much sense.
they don't even let us see that relationship no more. And so now,
Yeah,
is she gonna be so vengeful now? Like, what is you doing? This man killed your brother, shot your son. Now because your lover gonna be dead, is that gonna make her now like really snap and go over the
Yes,
top?
it should.
And is she gonna talk
yeah. We ain't even really
John into
seen how
going
much
up?
power she's supposed to have, right?
Right. And is she gonna tell old boy to
Yeah,
go
she
after
got
I
all
want
this juice.
you wanna be my head of security? Go get Duda.
But I don't feel like she got no juice. Why is she getting Rashad to be her security? You should already like what is going on, or was that just a play to get
Yeah,
a screw buddy? Like it's a lot of we.
or do she
I
just
want
got a lot of
background
money?
on her. I want background on her. I
And
think it's
Because
here's
then
time.
Duda's supposed to be Duda's supposed to be quote unquote scared of her. Yeah,
and what Emmett doing all that is Emmett has done. Who is he to be like, oh hell no, when she said Nook was the father? Man, as many kids as you got and the cheating and sleeping around, you done. And the last scene what bothered me was him giving Keisha a gift. What you give her a gift for?
Because I guess
yeah. Supporting gaming, you right. Nook being Ronnie's father is a rewrite because in season 5, little Ronnie looked just like Amari, the kidnapper. He did look like the kidnapper.
Mm.
I don't know why they decided to take that pivot. They
because
should have
Nook is
just
gonna have to
said she
protect
didn't
them
know from the
from
door.
Nook is going to go against Duda to protect them.
Right. Even though he clearly was saying to Bakari, we your family. You ain't got no family. So how he gonna change that
Yeah,
now that he got a son?
Yeah.
But the whole
they made a
Lene and
conflict.
them,
They made a conflict already.
the whole Lene and them partying and Bakari and Jake being cool. Like Jake hated Bakari.
Hated them.
Now they cool.
Hated them.
I mean, Gemma for the streets, so
I don't know what
that
she's
might
from. The
that might be for the best.
the less Gemma we get, the better.
But and Bakari not knowing that it was
And
his sister. Like he
Yeah,
not that stupid.
he ain't that dumb.
yeah, hi. He don't trust her. Why is my sister here? Like one minute, is it? And I'm not trying to say that because I got a different thought on the other show that we do, but just don't play your audience like your audience is not watching. That's all I can say.
Now him and Jake got secret
That's all I
handshakes
can
and
say.
stuff. And then Lene was like, "You can sleep in my bed this time." Where's Nina?
He's sneaking in the window. He been sneaking in the
Out of
window.
anybody, Nina was the one that was more in doubt. Dre is the one that really liked him. So now we supporting game says. So now we just supposed to believe. No, if you Buck is the father now, come on now. It is crazy. It is crazy how all of a sudden they decide to go to that pivot because at one point Nook didn't serve any more purpose in the show. It's weird what they do with this show in particular. They don't kill people off like the other shows that we watch, but they don't do no character, and then they'll give them 3, 4 straight episodes. Like believe me, we're about to see it's 5 more episodes. We're gonna see Tracy in about 3 of them. It's coming because it was no need to bring Lala back. And like Dwayne
I
said, I
was.
hope she's healthy because
Wait a second.
Lala's makeup didn't look good and she lost a lot of weight.
What episode was this? There's 5 more episodes. I thought they was only doing
Yeah, it's
16.
18.
It's 18.
I think it's 18. Yeah.
I thought it was 16. I thought it was 8 and 8.
Well, you might be right, Dwayne. I think it might be. It might be. I thought I seen 18.
So
Five more
three more
episodes.
episodes left. Like I said, this pivot with all these new people, I didn't really need these new stories because, like I said, I want to know about Rob's mother. I want to know, is she older than Leon? I mean, in real life, she is. In real life, Leon's maybe 60.
Yeah.
And so in real life, like, is that the thing? She like young men? Like, I want to know more about Alicia,
Yeah.
and we're not getting that.
Yeah.
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 It's
Even the
interesting.
way, even the way that Duda is treating the girl Tony, the one that played Tony in Girlfriends. Duda, like Dwayne said, he was just all heartbroken over Tracy. So now he's that mad at her because of what Tiff said. Come on now. Come on
And
now.
it probably is
Him out of
transactional.
all
Like,
people, no
nigga, you
relation.
married. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Ninja, you
right. Yeah,
married.
him out of all people,
So,
no relationships is transactional.
so in real life, Lynn Whitfield is 71, and Leon is 62,
Mm.
and Jason Weaver
It's younger than all of us.
is 44, having sex scenes with a 71-year-old. Chew on
So
that for a second.
You're right, supporting gaming. You're so right with this. Duda is a contradiction because he did nothing when Darnell threatened to kill him. Not a thing. Not a thing to Darnell. But then all of a sudden he wanna puff up and do little other kills and grab people by the throat and
Well, no,
they
Duda
they don't
don't.
know.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
know
be
what
honest.
we doing with Duda, because like I said, one
Yeah,
minute he's trying to be tough,
yeah,
next minute he's sensitive when he was called transactional, and then he too scared to open up a package having Zay do it.
I don't even believe that Duda will be partying with his all them people
No,
underneath him. It
no,
would be
he would
somebody in between. Like,
exactly.
in the first season, the guy that ordered to kill Coogie, he was so smooth. He wasn't partying with Reg.
Mm-mm.
yeah, yeah.
So they have like lowbrow Duda. So you celebrating your
Even
birthday with Nook
Marcus,
and
like
Zay?
Marcus was this guy.
But how is that believable that he's celebrating his birthday with Nook?
Keisha, and the crazy thing about it, y'all too, y'all see the low baller? He's running
Huh?
a chop shop.
Right. You in the chop shop celebrating
He's
your
running a
birthday, but you
chop
was the
shop.
mayor.
They got
Like
dudes
what
running
kind
a
of
chop shop.
no, Nook would be running the chop shop. Or is it like you would just be getting your money dropped off? Like I I don't get this pivot for Duda. And they have ingratiated him so much in the story. What's gonna happen when he dies?
Mm.
Because him or Alicia gotta die. That's the only way that it's realistic.
Or
They
jail.
can't be
Or
in them
jail,
little
yeah.
6 blocks, yeah, and still living.
So they were renewed for
We
several
know at
seasons.
first.
We know that it's going to continue. So there definitely got to be some things that they got to tie up. I just don't like the angle they going with this. It was already implied that Papa's daddy was a crooked preacher. So now all the preachers in Chicago is crooked, all of them.
Yeah. Papa's father gets locked up. Then they kill him off. We never see nothing, and the writers can figure out a way to do something. They need to bring the cops back. The cops brought a different angle to the show.
Now, I hate cops on other stories, but to me, the cops were integral part of the story, and them just taking them away, I didn't understand. Because I wanted to hear that girl's story where her son she a cop and her son getting beat up in jail.
Mhm.
But
So,
all
guys,
right,
7. I'm gonna give it a 7.
I'm going 6.
I'm going a reluctant 5.
No.
There was just too many. There was just too many. It was a good episode, but the reason I'm giving it a 5, it was just too many one-off scenes that bothered me. That Jake
Right.
Gemma scene really
Mhm.
bothered me. The Rashad, Alicia, Robert scene bothered me. The laptop thing bothered me. The brat scene bothered me. Uh, the whole sign language handy into her. You went from Lala to her cousin. You went from Dom to her cousin in a blink of an eye.
Ain't you
So
a sight for
yeah,
sore eyes? And now all of a sudden you picking up a random chick at a restaurant that you running money laundering schemes out of. You picking up a random cook who's only hired to help out.
right.
And I don't even understand how they would pick her to be a mayor and she married the dude. Like, come on.
Mm.
It, not I
Dwayne
can't go with
support
too
Jamie
many more
says so.
holes.
Basically, the whole episode bothered you.
What happened?
Yeah.
I didn't hear
Support
you.
Jamie
What
says so.
you said?
Basically, the whole episode. So basically, the whole episode bothered you.
Well, you could basically say that. But I'm telling y'all, not trying to be funny, but I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Seriously, not trying to be funny. Did Lala look healthy to y'all?
She looks
Her
thin,
head
and
look
her
big.
makeup.
Was she on the Wegovy?
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. Supporting David gave it a 5.
Well, there goes that.
Anybody? We can wrap this puppy up. My final thoughts is, to be honest with you guys, I'll be glad when the season ends. Not saying I was disappointed this episode, but the way that they did this, the part 1 and part 2, and carried it, it's lost its luster. It doesn't even seem. I hate to say it. So far in the 3 episodes they've been back, 5 episodes they've been back. They miss Kevin. They miss Kevin.
It's
Kevin
hard
was a
to
big
think about.
part of this show.
it's hard to think about who they've lost in this show. Like as far as Brandon, as far as Ronnie, as far as all these people that they missed it.
Yeah, I miss
Yeah,
Kevin. I don't think that they should really go on too much longer without him. So
yeah,
that's just my feeling. Like next year, they could wrap it up. No more than two
yeah.
years.
Right.
Yep.
Oh,
So until then, until next time, next Monday when we come back and do episode 14. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Tomorrow we will do Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 4,
mm,
Episode 1. Uh, I ain't easy. I ain't easy to die. The name of that episode.
oh.
But anyway,
Mm.
Oh, is that
you
what the
guys
name
take
was?
care. Have a great week. Yeah, and we will see you
Have a good
guys
night.
tomorrow if you watch the other show.